A stolen reputation, a broken heart, and a war of social power. Season 2 of The Gilded Age ended not with peace, but with promises of bigger battles to come. The lines between love and ambition blurred, and now, with Season 3 just beginning, everything feels one step away from collapse. To understand where Season 3 begins, we need to remember the storm season 2 left behind. Marian Brooke, once filled with dreams of love and independence, faced one of her hardest moments. After opening her heart, she watched her relationship fall apart. But this time she didn't cry in silence. Marian began to change, stronger, wiser, and more aware of the world around her. Her journey as a woman in New York's high society was only just beginning. At the same time, Bertha Russell was on a mission. She wanted more than just wealth, she wanted control. Her biggest goal was to be accepted by the city's most powerful women, especially Mrs. Astor. That's why she built her opera house, but acceptance came at a cost. She had to fight dirty and pull every string she had. And just when it seemed she won, a shadow of doubt fell over her victory. Did she truly belong, or had she just bought her way in? Meanwhile, George Russell, her husband, was as sharp as ever. A quiet but fierce businessman, George made moves behind closed doors. He protected his family's empire and made powerful enemies in the process. In Season 2, he kept a low profile, but his influence grew deeper. People began to fear him not just for his money, but for how easily he could break those who crossed him. And then there was Peggy Scott. Her story gave voice to those often ignored in this world. Peggy's dream of becoming a respected writer brought her closer to success, but it also brought great loss. She discovered that the child she thought had died was alive, but that reunion didn't end in happiness. The pain of losing her son again left a scar that words could never heal. Still, she didn't give up. Her voice remained strong. And with each article she wrote, she shook the foundations of power. Season 2 ended with tension in the air. The opera house was complete, but its future uncertain. Old secrets were still buried, waiting to rise. New York's elite smiled in public, but knives were ready behind their backs. And the younger generation, like Marian, were no longer willing to just follow the rules. They wanted to change them. As Season 3 opens, we're not just picking up old threads, we're watching them twist into something new. Everything from broken friendships to hidden debts is waiting to explode. This is the world of the Gilded Age, where beauty hides betrayal, and every kind word might be a trap. Episode 1 of the Gilded Age Season 3 wastes no time reminding us that behind every silk curtain lies a hidden war. The episode begins quietly, but with tension already thick in the air. The social scene is shifting, and nobody feels it more than Bertha Russell. Now that her opera house has opened, she wants more than applause. She wants power. But instead of praise, she faces whispers. A new rival, a mysterious foreign guest from Europe, arrives with just enough charm and status to threaten her carefully. Built kingdom? Bertha sees her position slipping, and she's not the type to accept defeat with a smile. Marian, meanwhile, is caught between two worlds. She's still mourning her past love, but there's no time to grieve when society is watching. Her aunts push her toward a new match, someone respectable, safe, and dull. But Marian isn't the same girl from Season 1. In one powerful scene, she chooses to teach art again, despite knowing it may damage her reputation. That small act speaks louder than any speech. Marian is done living for others. Yet just as she begins to find her balance, a letter arrives, one that may reopen old wounds. Peggy's story in this episode is quiet but strong. She walks through a newsroom filled with men who barely see her, yet her words are the ones being read across the city. But success does not come without pain. When she sees a boy that reminds her of her lost son, the heartbreak returns. Her grief has not disappeared, it lives with her. Still, she keeps writing, keeps walking forward, proving she is more than just a sad story. Her voice carries truth in a world built on lies. And then there's George Russell. While others play games at balls and luncheons, George is playing with cities, factories, and entire industries. In Episode 1, a small business deal is mentioned, in passing. But fans who listen closely will realize this deal isn't small at all. It's a quiet move that could lead to a massive collapse for one of his enemies. George doesn't shout or threaten, he simply plans. And that's what makes him dangerous. The episode ends with a strange twist. A character we thought was gone makes a surprise appearance at the Russell home. No one knows why they've returned, but their presence is like a storm cloud. You can feel that something is about to break. Episode 1 is a masterclass in slow burn drama. It doesn't explode, it smolders. But every moment feels like it's leading to something big. Relationships are cracking, secrets are circling, and the battle for control is far from over. Asterisk, there's a moment in the episode 2 trailer where everything changes, and it's easy to miss. A candle flickers. A hand slips a sealed letter under a door. A woman's eyes widen in fear. These quick flashes tell us one thing: secrets are about to surface. And in the Gilded Age, secrets never come alone. They drag down reputations, destroy families, and turn polite smiles into weapons. The trailer begins with soft music and slow glances at ballrooms and fine clothing. But this beauty feels cold, almost fake, like a mask everyone's wearing. One shot shows Bertha Russell standing alone on the steps of her opera house. Behind her, people whisper. Ahead of her, a closed carriage waits. It's not clear who's inside, but Bertha's jaw tightens. She knows something is wrong. This is not a woman enjoying her success. This is a queen preparing for battle. Then comes Marian. In the trailer, we see her at her easel, painting, but when she turns, someone is watching her from behind a curtain. Is it an admirer or a threat? The music sharpens. There's a flash of a teacup breaking, a glove falling to the floor, and an older woman's voice saying, "You have no idea what you've done." The trailer doesn't say who she's speaking to, but the message is clear. In episode 2, someone crosses a line they can't uncross. Peggy is also featured, and her moments are brief but strong. We see her walking quickly down a dark street, holding a bundle of papers. One of them slips out, and the camera lingers on it just long enough to see a headline: "Corruption in the Railways?" It's clear she's on the edge of something big, but will she be allowed to publish it? Or will powerful men silence her before the truth can be told? And then, almost hidden in the middle of the trailer, is George Russell. He's standing at a map with 2 other men, pointing to a location near the docks. One of them says, "If this deal goes through, it could ruin them." George doesn't reply. He simply nods. That single gesture says everything. While the rest of society plays games of manners, George is planning a quiet war, one that will decide who rises and who falls. The final seconds of the trailer are silent, no music, just the ticking of a clock. We see a door slowly opening. A woman gasps. The screen goes black. It's not just a trailer, it's a warning. Episode 2 won't be gentle. It's about to shake the very ground the rich stand on. And those who pretend they're safe? They're usually the first to fall. Asterisk, if episode 1 lit the match and the trailer for episode 2 poured on the oil, then what comes next might be the spark that burns everything down. Viewers are buzzing with theories, and for good reason. The Gilded Age is no stranger to twists that come from the least expected corner. One thing is clear: episode 2 isn't just continuing the story. It's about to change the game. Let's start with Bertha Russell. She may have built her empire with gold and grit, but her position is no longer secure. That mysterious figure in the carriage from the trailer? Fans believe it's a royal or a foreign countess, someone powerful enough to cut her influence in half with a smile. Could this be the beginning of Bertha's social fall? Or will she crush the newcomer before the city even learns her name? Then there's Marian. Viewers are already guessing that the letter she receives might not be from an old suitor but from someone connected to her past scandal. A cousin? A secret child? Some fans even believe it could involve a betrayal from her own family. The way she looks at her aunt in the trailer hints at broken trust. Could Marian finally choose to leave her aunt's home and start over on her own terms? Peggy's storyline feels ready to explode. That newspaper headline shown in the trailer wasn't just decoration, it's the beginning of something massive. If she publishes what she knows, it could damage one of the biggest railway companies in the country. And guess who might be involved? George Russell. What happens when Peggy's truth slams into George's empire? We might see the show's first real battle between two characters who never expected to become enemies. And let's not forget Agnes. Van Ryn, in the trailer, she's quiet, but that silence is heavy. A single raised eyebrow, a cold sentence, a knowing look. Agnes can destroy someone with her words alone. Some fans believe she's preparing to expose a scandal. Perhaps she knows about Marian's possible romance, or she's discovered something Bertha tried to keep hidden. Whatever it is, Agnes won't stay silent forever. But the wildest theory? A few fans are convinced that a death is coming. One background shot in the trailer shows a black veil and a pale hand being kissed. Could a major character be dying soon, or worse, already dead by the time episode 2 begins? One thing is for sure, the Gilded Age doesn't move without purpose. Every glance, every silence, every carefully placed flower means something. And in episode 2, the masks are about to slip. Power will shift. Secrets will rise, and the ones who think they're untouchable, they might be the first to fall.